Oh my god, it's so hot. Okay, let's get a bit reading real quick. I'm at the parking lot, so at the games. So, hi, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat, your guide through the seen and the unseen. Today we're tapping into the energies to see what messages Spirit has for us. Take a deep breath, settle in. Let's see what the universe is trying to tell you. Also, if you're soul seeking deeper alignment, make sure to join our community by subscribing. Okay, Citadel deck says the fate, accepting help and guidance. Okay, and it's of course a visual of what we do here is we cut cords. And champion, achievement and downfall. Now there's a paradox here of finding achievement in your downfalls. That could be significant in your life right now. Let's get a affirmation today. Okay. The universe cherishes my existence. Oh, that's a good one. And from the soul's perspective, you are always safe. Nature is designed to uphold your well-being. So that's an important reminder. You may be feeling unsafe. So there's a perspective shift needed to, I've gone through so many things to make me feel this way, right? That I could have accepted my fate and been fearful about surviving or not being able to survive, or sorry about the noise, or accepted my fate of like I was always gonna have something chasing me in some way, right? People obsessively stalking, like, okay, Scorpio risings. This may be just a message for Scorpio risings or people who have significant Scorpio placements, Scorpio moon, Scorpio Venus, Scorpio North Node, Scorpio. He wants to roll. That's funny. Scorpio rising, Scorpio suns. Anyway, you could have significant Scorpio placements. I've always found that for Scorpios, I think my glasses are fogged up, but anyway, Scorpios tend to have obsessive people, partners, people just in general obsessing. We attract that in some way, and it could be that in a way it's to empower us to how powerful we actually are, our aura, what we are as mirrors, especially Scorpio rising people. In Vedic astrology, my moon is in Scorpio. So yeah, it could definitely be like something like that. Okay, but this is saying that, and I've gained the wisdom to know that I am safe regardless, because I'm in my alignment with my North Node and what my purpose is, right? So of course it took me a while to find and figure out what the heck I was doing here, right? So this may be for someone in that situation, right? Where there could be people obsessing, there could be reasons to feel insecure about something, like your foundations, something to that effect that's making you feel fearful, right? But the fear is a trap. It's really a perception, and we need a perspective shift in that arena, okay, to kind of be more in our power in some way. This kind of got fuzz all over my glasses now. Let me see. I was trying to find. Here we go. So yeah, the other one says, I embrace a life of adventure and exploration. I live a life of discovery and self-transformation. Yeah, this could definitely be for Scorpios. And it says on the back, your soul is dynamic, your soul is creative. Okay, and then on the bottom, the highest correlation for reaching 90 or 100 years of age in good shape is emotional resilience, the ability, the ability, where is it? Sorry, I gotta turn this down. My phone overheated and it cut off, so the highest correlation for reaching 90 or 100 years of age in good shape is emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from life setbacks. So what I was trying to say before it got cut off was you may go through a lot of things. This is emotionally like having the stability to know like that you're safe in all circumstances, and being able to see that you're protected. There's some sort of cords we're cutting here. So, and the sort of truth is here. So it's something about having it in your hand, like your fate, you're the champion. I don't know. So let's see. What's the vibe? There's so many people here. So very busy. But yeah, I had to turn the car on because my phone overheated. Oh, paranoid, cautious, insecure, guarded. So this may be your energy, feeling cautious about things, maybe new connections, paranoid, maybe, I don't know. So burn bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back on. So you may have had a lot of betrayals, that you've kind of burned the bridges to old past relationships. I can relate. But you know, there's a thing about it. The thing about it is, that the truth of it is that those relationships weren't supposed to meet you going forward. It's like a season, a reason, or what's the other thing? Or lifetime, right? For people we meet and people we know and family even. So there could be bridges that we burned, rightfully so, and because of like the backstabbing, the disloyalty, the lack of trust in people, that could be causing, you know, difficulty in new relationships as well, like no new friends, right? Yeah, something like that to keep you safe. But there's also a thing of, you know, knowing that you're safe regardless, even in those relationships that might be destructive. There's a reason, right, for that to be coming up, I guess. I don't know, there's some sort of lesson, maybe. Let's see what comes out in the tarot. What do we need to see? So even those hidden, you know, animosities, those hidden backstabby friendships, you know, things like that. It could be that you may have to cut cords to people. Yeah, there's some sort of secret High Priestess, there's a knowing, inner knowing of some sort of, maybe something's not for you, and that's fine, you know. Just don't stick around in those situations that do keep you stuck or do keep you in some sort of lack mindset, which would be, it's considered a lack mindset if you're feeling there's something lacking, you know, in the relationship, or like you don't trust somebody or something to that effect. Could be illusions, but there's like opportunities for new. We don't chase, we attract. We don't chase, we replace. Right? There's something to that effect. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Forward movement. There's something about reciprocity, knowing like where that energy of reciprocity leads to, like that equal give and take, that cause and effect, that whole thing of like what you do to others does come back to you. So there's no need to like be angry about it, really, unless it's to motivate yourself to move out of the situation, right? But as far as feeling like you have to like avenge yourself or something like that, God will do it for you. You honestly, you don't have to do anything but move forward and know like self-love. Know that you have options. This isn't going to keep you stuck. There's some sort of spiritual knowing, and also that energy of like the light and the dark, and knowing that God sees all, or the higher power sees all. So if you're worried about like karmic repercussions or people getting away with something, they never do. They never fucking do. Never. Okay, how are you showing up? So there could be some sort of heartbreak here. Maybe you're healing from heartbreak. Yeah, healing. The Star, Four of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, healing finances, healing those attachments, right? Maybe the systems. This could be a marriage. This could be, yeah, in a long-term type of, maybe this is like all your life you feel like you've been in the struggle. This could definitely be about finances. There's some sort of system, status quo, Hierophant energy is, it could be spiritual, it could be just the hierarchy, right? Like the knowing that you're taken care of, knowing that intuitively. What's surfacing? So instead of being paranoid and cautious, overly cautious, and burning bridges where we don't need to, like, that brings up for me, like, you know, in certain situations and environments, I've noticed that there's more reason to be paranoid, right? But when you're around the right people, you can relax and like understand that like people have your best interest at heart. So you have kind of a good faith reaction to things instead of that paranoia. So it might be time to change your environment so that you can feel that way, like trust. Or it could be time to face that shadow of like, is this me or is this someone else? Or is it time for therapy? Is it time for, you know, another person to look into things? because sometimes that is the case. So if you're finding that you can't trust anyone and you feel that way with everyone, then it might be time to address those demons that you're running from, because it's not everybody. Oh, that's too many. The Strength card. Okay, so we're overcoming some sort of toxicity. So maybe it's those toxic patterns and those toxic environments that we have to overcome. Queen of Swords. She's a liberator. She sees through. Yeah, it's time to drop burdens. There's some sort of Ten of Wands energy. Overwhelm for a long period of time. But you're seeing clearly that that is needing to be ended in some way. So, and then we have the new beginning here, new ideas. This could also be mindsets, overcoming that overwhelming anxiety. Yeah, overwhelming anxiety that maybe you're overdoing it, maybe you're overburdened in some of your relationships where you're taking on too much of the emotional weight. Like, it's not all your fault, you know. Like, this Three of Swords energy is like you've been taking on the burden of like the blame for everything gone wrong in relationships that you've been in. But there's like a need to see that that's not true. The achievement and downfall, right? So it also says accepting help and guidance, maybe to cut off these people, the fate. Like for some of us are meant to actually embrace ourselves, our true power. Like the Scorpio risings are meant to see that, like, it's the power is within us to accept our truth, accept our fate in some way, that we are, like, even alone we are more powerful than some, you know, not to boast or something, but to actually understand our true power. We are fucking powerful as fuck. And if we can embrace that, then we actually step into our truth, and our abilities become heightened, you know. Like, it's like we're magical like beings. Like, honestly, like the builders, the, you know, manifestors, the alchemists, you know, rising, the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is our self, like our most powerful selves realized, you know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my words. But yeah, it's like that. So when we really truly know ourselves like that and see how powerful we actually are, nothing can stop us. It's like, you know, the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's that powerful Scorpio energy. What do we need to expand on? So what's surfacing is that you're overcoming something, and you're kind of maybe realizing how powerful you actually are, how the truth of the matter, right? Like the truth of the matter. The Ace of Pentacles is what we're expanding on. So again, with the Pentacle energies, it's like there's a new beginning that's being offered. So this is the seed, like the very abundant seed that you're planting in some sort of, maybe it's self-protection, you know, like, and mastering that fire energy. that flame energy, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords. This is learning that you are the champion. The learning from the champion energy, this card here, it says achievement and downfall. Learning from those downfalls so that you can achieve, or that those downfalls were actually initiations to achieve something greater. That it wasn't actually like a loss, or it wasn't actually like a downfall at all. It was, now you know, right? That's kind of where we got the High Priestess here. Now we know that how powerful we actually are, because if all these people were set up in our lives to make us see how powerless we could feel, right? They wanted to make us feel like we were powerless. Maybe not necessarily, like maybe they weren't awakened to that like energy that they were putting off, but that was kind of like the mirror that was being shown to us, is that we were made to be powerless, less powerful than what we are. And knowing that that was the kind of intention, whether they were awake to it or not, doesn't matter. The way that the energy, like, this is a spiritual war, so spiritually you were maybe set up to be stuck in that crabs in a bucket mentality, where the things that you felt were like, I'm not enough, like doubtful of yourself, of your ambitions, of your goals, things like that. But why? So that you would never step into your true power, and then the spiritual war would be won by you because you're the champion. Right? And that you were fated to do that, and in some way you're helping others, and in some way you cut that tie to the darkness, right? The entities, or the lost way, right? Like so the negative mindsets and things like that couldn't hold you down anymore. So now you become the phoenix, and you step into your true power, and then you're way too powerful for these dark forces to keep you stuck. And then what? So you become like this phoenix, and you burn the shit down, right? Like, I don't know. This Seven of Wands energy. Did I already? Yeah, Seven of Wands. Like, you are the fire, right? You're the champion. And you had to learn that. So because like you've fully embraced who you are, and like what you're about, and like your integrity, and your morals, your values, your things that created you, and the good characters. It's just realizing that is your truth, and then aligning yourself with your true power. So, and I don't want to be like they and them and things like that, but it's really like those spiritual attachments that aren't so light, right? They're not light, they're dark forces, the dark forces that keep us in those same generational curses, those same patternings, those same mindsets that keep us stuck in delusion, really. Because like, if we really embrace ourselves and our truth, we find that we're super powerful, and that like we are protected, we are like creators, we are, you know, all these things, more powerful, like we're meant to be that. And that's kind of the truth of it. Okay, so what actions do we take? So instead of being cautious about who we are, so this is about having stoic energy. Like the actions to take is emotional stability. This is maybe loving from a distance, maybe loving you know, those toxic people from a distance and keeping your boundaries up. So that's crazy. Okay, not really crazy, but so when we've faced a lot of heartbreak and a lot of toxicity in our lives and secrets and like hidden, like you can feel, and the world will spend so much time trying to make you doubt what you actually feel and how you actually are being how do we say it, like leaned on emotionally. I don't know, those emotional burdens, right, that we carry in relationships because like maybe we're empaths, or maybe, you know, we have like this way of alchemizing those harsh realities of life, right? Yeah, there's something about that here. So again, these cards. So the King of Cups, emotionally stoic. There's like a disconnect from like kind of, it's not a disconnect. I would say it's like being emotionally stable in some way to create like some sort of so being stoic to the point of like having good boundaries, not allowing emotional roller coasters in relationships, like being able to see it, like being emotionally healthy basically and mature in a way. So again, 7 of Wands, boundaries. King of Wands, like knowing what to do. You know, 6 of Wands, like maybe being seen in some way, being this emotionally stoic, because you've learned some sort of lessons about yourself. It's also a messenger of truth, so it may be time to speak up and say something. Okay, what resources do we have? So the moon, our intuition. Now, we were getting like some information about fear, or the paranoia, right? Knowing that you're safe. The universe cherishes your existence. Your soul is dynamic. Your soul is creative, flexible, positive energy. So, okay. So not allowing the dark. Okay. So everything that we've been through, right? It creates like these experiences in our lives that we can pull from, that wisdom, that knowledge, that understanding, that this was this, and maybe it's not that serious to kind of be like more independent, right? Have boundaries, things like that. It's that wounded warrior energy that we've bounced back from because we've been through all these things. We have the 10 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. This is about ascension. The 9 of Wands and the 7 of Cups again. So we came full circle. We have options. We have things, you know, we've learned from the dark, right? that's ascending us into this like warrior energy. Like we've become the and we have within us this 10 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles energy. This is independence, fulfillment from within, like fully fulfilled within ourselves, you know, because we can see through the dark. We've overcome this toxicity, the negative dark energy, that positive mindset shift that we've embraced. It's something about our championship, right? And embracing our truth and knowing like who we are and rising like the phoenix. I mean, let's clarify this 3 of Swords. King of Cups. So mastering your emotions. It says here, God seeing everything. Restitution. Finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. And it's 69 energy. So that reminds me of Cancer energy, Pisces energy. But it's like God being the hero here. 10 of Cups, bringing in your emotional fulfillment. 5 of Pentacles, there's something that you have to leave out in the cold. Maybe you were left out in the cold. That's why the 3 of Swords is here. Knight of Cups, knowing there's some sort of like a soul mission. 2 of Swords, like this is like maybe sorrow, right? There was a lot of sorrow about what you've lost. Maybe you feel this way because of the way that things are playing out in your life, that you have to let go of things that don't serve you, that are, you know, old relationships that maybe you wanted to hold on to, but you're not able to because maybe these people need healing themselves and they're dragging you into toxic, you know, cycles and things like that you have to kind of cut the cords from. But this is saying to that maybe the flexibility is understanding that it's not always going to be rainbows and butterflies, right? It's the phoenix rising from the ashes. That means we burned ourselves to the ground, you know, in some sort of way, that we have to kind of come out of maybe where we were and become more. And that's kind of, we're intuitively being guided to do that, and that's the burned bridges, right? So sometimes that is the case, and unfortunately maybe we were fated to do that in this life, and that could be, you know, obviously, like, it's hard, but also like God helps you through all of the things, all of the, like, you if you're being faced with it, you're able to overcome it. The storyteller, viewpoints and control. I'm seeing the shadow puppets, so there could be manipulation here. This could be something that you are meant to do in your lifetime, is to tell your story and help others. The catalyst, radical changes taking control. And this could be you being the catalyst and you taking control of your life, where like it's up to you, you know, it's up to you to do that. Like nobody else is going to be able to do that for you, but you have to be willing to make changes, maybe, and different aspects of your relationships and things. Let's get one more and then I'll close it out. Exhausted, yeah. Okay, so you may be tired. Suffering in silence. So, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams, exhausted, burned out, burdened and empty. So we don't want to be feeling like that. So there's something that you have within you. There's some sort of gold that you have. You have to turn the lead into gold to unburden yourself with all the I don't know, the things that we're going through right now. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.